In this video today, we're going to be talking about the fact that Godfather 3 has a new version coming out that Paramount Pictures is releasing that's going to be due out at Christmas time. Francis Ford Coppola has spent the last 6 months to a year editing it and turning it into a whole new film, which is really exciting. And for anyone who's a fan of a big film buff fan, or a Godfather fan, or a gangster film fan, or a Pacino fan, or a Coppola fan, Diane Keaton, this film has everything. And so this is really exciting to me as a big fan of the Godfather trilogy, of course. Hello everyone, my name is Robert Bellissimo. I'm an actor and acting teacher with Coffee with Aliens at the Movies. We're a film education and review channel. Francis Ford Coppola is someone who is such an artist because he has gone back to films in the past to recut, to re-release. He's done it with Apocalypse Now a couple of times. I think he also recently did it with The Cotton Club and another one of his films from the 80s as well. He's gone back and edited them, and like a true artist, things are never done. But I'm not surprised he wants to do this, because for anyone who doesn't know, this had some problems, the production of this film. The script originally was supposed to have Robert Duvall's character, Tom Hagen, be a big part of the film. There were money disputes. Robert Duvall thought he should be getting the same amount of money that Diane Keaton and Al Pacino were getting. And when Paramount Pictures wouldn't give him any more money to perform as Tom Hagen in this film, he declined. So what ended up happening is they had to rewrite it so much that whatever they originally intended was no longer in the film. So I always wondered, what would that have been like? Now, of course, they obviously don't have that character anymore, even with this new version. But Coppola has said it's closer to what they had originally wanted. I'm always surprised that people didn't like The Godfather Part 3. I always liked it. I understand that it's not as good as the first two, but I think the fact that it's about Michael Corleone trying to redeem himself, trying to do away with the criminal life of the Corleone family and his guilt and his remorse, and how it's ruined his family, it's ruined his marriage, how it's ruined his life, basically. And I always thought that was really fascinating. I thought Pacino gave a great performance. I thought Diane Keaton and Talia Shear were much more involved in Part 3, and it was really interesting to see where their relationships with Michael had gone, as well as Andy Garcia is great in this film. And I know that it's not a perfect film. Of course, Sofia Coppola, who turned into a great writer and director, was in this film, and her performance was quite mediocre. And it was originally supposed to be Winona Ryder, but she had health problems at the time, and then she couldn't do it. Which I don't think it's fair to just compare it to the first two. I think you have to look at it for what it is. And Pacino has even commented that he thinks perhaps it didn't do as well because people didn't want to see Michael in this redeemable light. I think they really liked the fact that he was this man who didn't want to be part of the criminal family of the Corleone family, and then took it over, and his coldness and his rage, that character is what people found really attractive. And the fact that Part 3, Michael was so different, Pacino felt maybe that didn't attract people. Who knows? I always liked it. But if you want more information, there's actually this is the box set I have right up here. And there's more on this documentary right here on The Godfather. There's a lot more that you can find out about the making of Part 3, and that Coppola wanted to actually call it The Death of Michael Corleone, which is now what the new version is going to be called. And of course, it's got loaded with great special features about the first two movies as well. And of course, you have Part 3, Part 2, Part 1, all in the Godfather trilogy box set. But I'm really excited about this. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be interesting, and it's definitely gonna be worth checking out. So this is gonna be due out in December, and we'll be watching, Francis. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to our channel by clicking on the Coffee with Aliens logo that you'll see floating above my head to the right in the corner here, and that will give you an instant subscription to our channel. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time.